You guys read that title correct. I did get pulled over. Let me explain what happened. So let's talk about what led to me getting pulled over. This happened June the 12th. It happened around 9:30 in the afternoon. One afternoon, 9:30 at night. I'm approaching this town in Central Texas, right? And the speed limit is 75 miles per hour, and I'm cruise control at 75 miles per hour, and I'm running the R7. And about a mile and a half from where I initially got pulled over, I started picking up K band, but very, very weak. Probably about 25% of the bar was actually full. So I figured they're probably running instant on, and it really didn't worry me because I was doing the speed limit, which was 75 miles per hour at the time. And as I get closer to this town, the speed reduces. So it might not reduce exactly like I'm trying to explain it to, but I know that it reduces 3 times. It goes from 75 to 65, from 65 to 55, and 55 to 50. I could be a little bit off on these two. So what happened was that from 75 to 65, I lowered my cruise control to 65. From 65 to 55, I lowered to 55. I wasn't actually paying attention to the actual speedometer since I let the truck do its stuff with cruise control and slow down. And from 55, it goes down to 50. Once I get to that 50 mark, the R7 goes off and all the bars are full. As soon as the R7 goes off, I see headlights on the other side of the road. I saw headlights. I'm like, oh, well, there's a source. I really didn't think much about it since I was going to speed limit before and I had set my cruise control to slow down. I saw the headlights, and then I remember that I also saw blues and reds. When I saw blues and reds, my heart sank, mainly because I was the only car at that point. And I'm like, oh boy, this is about to be good. I really didn't panic when I saw the blues and reds, mainly because in my mind, I'm doing the speed limit, and I had already set my speed limit to according to the speed sign. So I really wasn't worried. As soon as I saw him turn on the lights and do a quick U-turn and get behind me, I pulled over. I didn't think much of it. And I do the standard procedure, I turn on all my lights, get my license and registration. I'm sorry, not license and registration, my license and my insurance, and lower down my window. I see the cop get out of the cruiser. And standard procedure, he touches the back of my truck, looks in the bed of the truck, looks in the back of my cab, and introduces himself. He was a sheriff's deputy. Introduces himself and tells me the reason he pulled me over is because of my speed. I told him what was my speed or what was wrong. He's like, I clocked you in at 58 and 50. I'm like, okay. And he asked me, is there any reason for your speed? I'm like, and I was honest with him. I'm like, excuse me, sir, in reality, I don't speed. It's late at night. Number one, it's late at night. There's a lot of deer. I do not want to speed. I don't want to speed. I don't want to hit a deer or anything. This road has several curves, so I do not want an accident. Number two, I know this small town, it has a heavy presence of cops, so I do not want that. And I told him there's really not a reason for it, but the main reason that my speed didn't get to the accurate speed that was posted is because I have my truck on cruise control, and my truck didn't adjust it fast enough for me to catch that 50 speed. And then he says, yeah, that makes sense since I also saw that you were reducing your speed. I'm like, yeah, there was really no reason for it. But the cruise control, I rely a lot on cruise control, and this time it kind of bite me in the rear. So he goes on to explain to me that he's just gonna go check out my license and make sure that everything checks out, and he'll send me on the way with a written warning. I said, completely fine. He went back to his cruiser, did what he had to do, and he gave me a written warning. So let's talk about the outcome of this. Whose fault was it? And I think at this point it's pretty obvious it was my fault. The R7 did its job phenomenal. It wasn't the R7's fault. The R7 alerted me way beforehand that there was a threat up above, well, up ahead, that there was a threat up ahead. And if I was to be speeding, I would have had more than enough time to slow down and not get pulled over. But I was comfortable with myself, and in my mind, I was doing the speed limit, and cruise control was adjusting my speed. So that kind of bite me back in the rear. So lesson learned from this one is use your brakes for cruise control, especially in small towns of Texas. And also, just because you carry this does not mean you're immune to traffic stops. A lot of cops will pull you over for minor violations that are not speed related. And if you guys want to hear about another time I got pulled over with my R7, let me know, because it is not the first time I've been pulled over with my R7. That being said, guys, have a nice day, have a good night, whichever applies to you, or a good morning, and thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, and have a good one. Safe trips, guys.